Hello everyone, starting today. We will begin our study on functions. Our function topic is divided into 4 sections. In the first section, I'll briefly introduce the functions in FineBI and where to write them. In the second section, I'll introduce the types of functions in FineBI and demonstrate some of the commonly used functions. In the third section, we will go through a practical case to show you some of the best practices and techniques for using FineBI functions. In the fourth section, we will summarize some important points to note when writing FineBI functions. First, let's introduce FineBI functions. Functions in FineBI are quite common, and they are used to process data or perform simple or complex calculations and analysis. For example, in the following scenarios, we may use functions. The first is numeric calculations, such as summing values, averaging, finding maximum and minimum values, or calculating business indicators. The second is time calculations, which are quite commonly used. There are also text processing and other applications. The value of using functions in FineBI is that they can simplify the process of data processing and analysis. For example, some complex steps can be directly implemented through a function or nested functions, reducing the need for cumbersome manual operations. Next, let me explain where to use FineBI functions. First place is after we've added data and entered the data editing interface. There is an option to add a formula column. When we click Formula column, you can see that this is where functions can be written. On the left, there is an introduction to the types of functions. In the middle, you have the fields for numerical data. On the top right, there is a text box where you can write the function. On the bottom right, you can see the function description, including usage methods, parameters, and examples. The second place is in the Components Add Calculation field. This location might be a bit hidden, so be sure to remember it. This is also a commonly used place for writing functions. When you click Add Calculation field, you will see a similar interface to the previous one. Here, we have profits and sales. We can calculate the cost by subtracting sales from profit. As you can see, we have calculated a value, and this value will have an F mark, indicating that the value was computed using a function.